Arrays. What are arrays in C? If we have a small number of elements, let us say we want 3 variables, then we can declare them separately like var1, var2, and var3. But if we have a large number of variables, then we can use arrays to store them. Arrays are simply a collection of variables with the same data type. Arrays are initialized using the data type of the variable name, open and closed square brackets that store the amount of elements that can be entered in an array, an equal sign, and curly braces that you use to input the variable values. An array does not have to be initialized with data inside of it. An example of this is an empty array, which only holds the number of elements that will or should be entered in the curly braces. What is an element? Well, as you may have already guessed, an element is a single value that is entered in the curly braces of the array. These elements are separated by a comma, and have a position known as the index. The index of every array starts at 0, so an array with 12 elements would be from 0 to 11. Arrays are used to store, sort, and loop through large amounts of data in an orderly fashion. But how is this done? When talking about looping through an array, we usually use the for loop for such a case. We start with the basic syntax of a for loop. For int1 equals 0, I less than 3, I plus plus. This means that we start the loop at 0, and continue until it reaches 3, incrementing the value of I by 1 each time. We can then use this syntax to loop through an array, such as, for, in I equals 0, I less than array length, I plus plus, array I. This loop will iterate through each element in the array, allowing us to execute code on each element.